Going on, everyone? Badger here. Things are moving and shaking over there at Paramount and their bid to get control of all of Warner Brothers Discovery. Some pretty staggering losses here for Warner Brothers Discovery that they've had to announce in their third quarter. So the other day we brought you this article from Variety. It's an expose basically talking about the first 100 days of David Ellison's Paramount Skydance merger takeover, what's been going on, and then what them buying outright all of Warner Brothers Discovery, what that would mean. Essentially, Hollywood is terrified that Paramount and it's appealing to the middle of America and men, again, that male gaze, Gaze, that is not what they want, right? They've had control of the message for a very long time, and Paramount would really shake things up. And then out of nowhere, we heard about Netflix, who, even though both of their co-CEOs said that they're not buyers, they're builders, and they have no desire to outright purchase it. Apparently, their sudden interest in hiring the same law firm that covered the Paramount Skydance merger, this is all just optics, apparently. You can see, however, surprisingly enough, could be the case that not all is what it seems with Netflix throwing its hat in the ring for Warner Brothers Discovery. Variety recently published a report on Paramount, which included an interesting tidbit about the streaming giant. According to the outlet, while Netflix is mulling over an offer for WBD and certainly some of the IP, it said, some industry sources believe the streamer is mostly trying to drive up the price Paramount Skydance will need to pay. And again, they've already offered 3 times, but based on this, Warner Brothers Discovery swings to a Q3 loss with Superman box office offset by ad declines. Essentially, originally, when we were told that David Zaslav wanted to split the company in two and he wanted to have movie, streaming, and video games over here, and then all the network television and CNN and things like that, the ad decline from that is what's dragging down the rest of the company, thus the split. And he wanted that split to start a bidding war for the different assets. But if that happens, people are going to get the profitable IPs, and those, especially with evidence like this, those failing networks are not going to be profitable, and they're going to be stuck holding the leftovers. The meat and potatoes will be sold, and the vegetables will be left on the plate, which is why you would think a Paramount buyout of everything, including their debt, would be best for them. And certainly one of the articles we covered where, when Disney merged with Fox, instead of making more things, they made less. And that very much worried theater owners. And now theater owners are afraid that Paramount will do the same, even though Paramount, and specifically David Ellison, has said they were going to increase to 30 productions. That's almost 3 times the current production. So if you are a theater owner, you want Paramount buying it outright. You can see right here, WB reportedly contemplating splitting in 2 for the sale. Paramount considering hostile bid for the company. So right now, this is from CNBC. WBD, Warner Brothers Discovery, is currently considering 3 possible outcomes for itself. Sell some of the company's assets, and probably not going to be their best IPs, right? This would just be some of the smaller things. Split the company in 2, which is what David Zaslav originally wanted to do, and then sell it as a whole, which is what Paramount wants. So, though no decision has been reached, sources told CNBC that should it not decide to split Warner Brothers Discovery, that it would announce its sale in either mid or late December. Splitting the company comes with its own set of challenges that shareholders might not be willing to go through. Earlier in 2025, Warner Brothers Discovery was announced to be splitting into 2 entities, Discovery Global and Warner Brothers. This is, again, what Paramount would be avoiding. Selling the 2 halves of the company as separate entities is said to be the most tax-efficient way to sell. Selling Warner's as 2 separate entities could present a challenge, though, because we just found out that they don't make money, and that would be the brands under Discovery Global. CNN, TNT, and TBS are said to have faced considerable declines in revenue, making that portion of the company on its own a not so attractive prospect for potential buyers. This is why, even though Paramount has been denied 3 times, which they talk about right here, it is their best option, because who the hell wants to buy these things that are already proven to be losing them money? Then there's the matter of Paramount CEO David Ellison, who has been quite keen on acquiring the company. So much so, in fact, that CNBC states Paramount CEO David Ellison sent a letter to the WBD board of directors pleading a case for the company's latest offer of $23.50 per share being in shareholders' best interest. The offer would involve paying 80% in cash and 20% in equity. That is a far better deal than you are going to get. And we see here the more surprising update is perhaps Paramount's latest plans to acquire Warner Brothers Discovery, that according to them, and we have heard this before, Paramount will give time to see if the board of directors is willing to engage in a friendly sales discussion. However, per the report, should they not, the company, should they remain unresponsive or decide to go in another direction, they will make a hostile bid, meaning they will try to purchase as much stock as they can and push everyone out. So a hostile bid occurs when one company wants to buy another, but the latter's management, such as board of directors, is reluctant to sell. As such, the purchasing company bypasses the management and sends an offer straight to the target company shareholders and or buys up the stock themselves, which I'm hearing they're actually doing both. So per Investopedia, typically this materializes as a tender offer, which means buying some or all of the stock directly from shareholders, usually at a premium price. Paramount's third and latest offer to WBD seemingly already included a premium, as noted. If Paramount appeals directly to shareholders, it will argue that their offer is superior relative to Warner Brothers Discovery's closing price on September 10th, the day before the Wall Street Journal reported Paramount was preparing a bid for the company. Warner Brothers Discovery closed at $12.54 per share on September 10th. A $23.50 share offer is 80% higher than before everyone knew it was up for sale and started buying stock and putting up the stock price. So the actual stock price before that knowledge went out, which makes sense. Again, if you are a theater owner, you want Paramount to buy it up. It will keep everything under the same banner. You will be double and even tripling your studio production capability. And that's Paramount is the one that has specifically been hiring people. The Duffer Brothers from Netflix, James Mangold, and then teasing theatrical releases, touting theatrical releases. They're your bread and butter going forward. If this is just piecemealed off, say that Netflix wasn't just trying to run up the price and they really do buy DC or Harry Potter or something like that, they're not going to prioritize theatrical releases. They're going to prioritize their streaming platform, which they're wont to do. Of course, that is, I guess you could say, in their best interest. But yeah, so that's where we are right now. Warner Brothers still split between, or caught in a rock and a hard place in between, and either splitting the company or selling to Paramount, or possibly outright hostile takeover from Paramount. I don't know. Either way, I still think Paramount is the best choice when we look at everything. You let me know what you think. You let me know what you think is going to happen. Make sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you. And
well, bye.